Hi Bold Bakers! A coffee cake in America is very different to a coffee cake we would find in Ireland. In Ireland, it'll be a coffee flavoured cake and you would have it with a cup of tea. In America, it is very different. There's actually no coffee in it at all. It is a cinnamon flavoured cake. It's really tender, absolutely delicious, and that's what we're going to make today. Also, thanks to my partnership with Good Cook, today is bonus video day. So after this recipe, I want you to head over to Good Cook's channel and watch how you can make an insane chocolate rice pudding. As always, the recipe for the coffee cake can be found on biggerbolderbaking.com, along with all of the information about the Good Cook products that I use. Okay, let's get started by making the streusel for our coffee cake. Into a large bowl, add in your flour, brown sugar, cinnamon, little pinch of salt, and cold cubed butter. So now go in with your clean hands or even a dough cutter, and all you want to do is just rub in the butter until it resembles coarse breadcrumbs. So there you go, it only takes a few minutes. Now look at that, nice big chunks of butter, some small chunks. It's really blended all the way throughout, so this is perfect. Now lastly, into this, we're going to add in chopped pecans. Now these are a really lovely addition and they add nice texture and flavor. But if you don't have pecans or if they're very expensive, you can just leave them out. And then get your little spatula and then just mix this all together. So this is lovely and mixed through. I'm gonna set this over to the side. We're gonna bring in this nice big bowl and we're gonna start to mix together our cake. So here I have some room temperature butter. Now it needs to be room temperature because it's going to have to blend with all the rest of your ingredients. And then next we're going to add in some white sugar. So now I'm using an electric hand mixer, but you can even do this by hand. You just need a lot of elbow grease. We're going to go in and just mix these ingredients together, beat them up for around 3 to 4 minutes until they're pale and light and fluffy. So once it looks like this, slowly we're going to add in eggs one at a time. Once your first egg is fully combined, go ahead and add in your second, and then just keep on mixing. So this is looking good, nice and fluffy. Our eggs are in there. Now we're going to add in our dry ingredients. So we're going to add in some flour, salt, baking powder, and baking soda. So our secret ingredient in this cake is sour cream. It makes the cake really tender and moist. If you don't have sour cream, you can always replace it with yogurt. That's totally fine. So just add that in there. And then in with our mixer again, we're just going to mix it until it's just combined. Take care not to over mix or it'll toughen your cake. So now I don't want to distract you from what we're making here, but after this, make sure you do not forget to go over to Good Cook's channel. The chocolate rice pudding, I'm telling you, out of this world. You're not going to want to miss that recipe. Okay, this is looking good, nice and mixed. Now we're going to get this mix into our tin. So here I have a Good Cook 9.5-inch angel food cake pan. Now you can buy this on my website right now because there's a link there. It's really inexpensive and a great piece of kitchen equipment. This is non-stick and the bottom comes out so your cake will just pop right out easily. So I have my cake, I've got my streusel ready, my pan has been buttered. So all you want to do is just add half of your cake mix into the tin. Just spread it around. You're not going to believe what a big coffee cake this makes. It's insane. So here I have my streusel mix. Now what we're going to do is generously add half of this on top of your cake mix. Just scatter it all the way around. You can probably already imagine once this is baked, just the cinnamon layer, the crunchy pecans, it's just absolutely delicious. And then what we're going to do is just add the rest of our cake mix on top until it's all used up. And then we have our last bit of streusel. Just go ahead and scatter this evenly all over the top. So in Ireland, we're a nation of tea drinkers. We love the ritual of tea time. And actually here on the set of Bigger Bolder Baking, myself and Olivia have tea time around 3 o'clock every day. It's just something that I don't think I'll ever grow out of. And to have a bit of cake with your tea is just the best. Okay, lovely. So this guy is no joke. Just look at the size of it. He's now ready to be baked off. So bake your coffee cake off at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius for roughly 55 to 65 minutes. It's a big old cake and it needs quite a long time to bake. So while our coffee cake is in the oven getting nice and roasty toasty, we are going to make a little glaze to go on top of this, just to take it to a whole other level. So here I have some maple syrup. Now this goes so well with this cake because it's fall flavors, it goes well with cinnamon, it's really perfect. So a little bit of maple syrup in your bowl, a little bit of milk, and then some powdered sugar or icing sugar. And then with the whisk, just mix them together until your icing is smooth. So there you go, a super simple icing to make. Now I'm just going to set this aside. So now I really wanted to show you this pan. It's a Good Cook mini loaf pan with 12 wells. The reason I wanted to show it to you is because this is a great recipe for afternoon tea. And if you make it in this tin, everybody gets their own little individual coffee cake. So it's super nice. There's a link on my website of where you can buy this. So my coffee cake is out of the oven and it smells amazing. It is beautiful golden brown on top, and you can tell that it's done because if I push it down, it's firm underneath my finger. Now I'm just going to set this aside for around 10 minutes and let it cool down before we take it out of the tin. So my coffee cake came out of the tin really easily, so I have it on a wire rack. Now this is my trick. While it is still warm, pour over your icing and it will almost set like a shell on top of your cake and just be really yummy. Okay, gorgeous. Look at that. So I'm just going to give this around 10 minutes, let the icing set, and then I'm going to cut some. Okay, I can't wait much longer to cut this. I am human after all. So go ahead and cut yourself a nice big slice. And then when you pull it out and see, look at those lovely layers, the cinnamon in the middle. Look how thick that is. Just imagine that now with a cup of tea. Absolute heaven. I highly recommend baking this coffee cake for your friends and family. Make a big pot of tea and sit around and have a natter. Don't go just now because you still have one more episode to watch over on the Good Cook channel for an insane chocolate rice pudding. As always, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you back here really soon for more bigger, bolder baking.